Hi guys, it's Poober here, and I have just a quick message before the start of the regular video. Just wanted to say that this video will actually be broken into two parts, so you have today's video as well as part 2 to look forward to coming out tomorrow, so be sure to catch the second half tomorrow if you are interested in seeing how it ends. But the other thing is that you'll notice that for some reason my mouse didn't really show up in-game at all. I think it's a driver issue, but I'm hoping it will get fixed soon with the newest driver updates once that happens, but for now, just bear with me and I hope you will enjoy the video nevertheless. Now back to the regularly scheduled video. Hi again everybody and welcome to episode 39. Since the last time I saw you, a lot has changed off camera. In particular, the science factories have been mostly installed. I'm pretty much missing just speed 3 modules that go into the beacons for the most part at this point. I still have to hook in some bot requester boxes and a delivery system that will go from the cars that will eventually travel along the circle belt here and then get into the boxes that supply the factories. But that's a little bit down the line. What I'm instead wanting to focus on today is continuing with laying down the groundwork for this mega base to start working. So one thing I want to point out right off the bat is that as the base has increased in size with the factories getting installed, which also means that the beacons have been installed and modules are getting used, my energy production has also drastically increased. So even though I have that nuclear reactor facility that's down in kind of like one of the lower right quadrants of the main lower circle, I'm still not quite at good enough energy production, particularly at nighttime. So that will probably have to be a priority that we get done right off the bat. As you guys know, according to like my mega base plans that I showed, I think either last episode or the episode before, I'm considering putting in another 1 or 2 nuclear reactor facilities in this quadrant here, which I think will be the perfect place because we have this junction here where we have cars kind of going in between the circles here. So it's a good place to put something that's not going to require a ton of cargo that will be in the trunks of the car. So I think we'll want to start with that, at least just plop it down and let the bots do the hard work for us. But you'll see I have kind of traffic jams throughout here. We've got a big one there, a lesser traffic jam up here, and it always happens when I run out of electricity. So I can definitely tell that the power is not keeping up with the demand, so we'll have to do that. But the other things I'm hoping to do is start planning where the next factories are going to be going, because even though I've got the science factories laid down, I'm still kind of working backwards, or at least that's my strategy, is to lay down kind of the end stuff first, and then we'll work our way back with all of the components that will be needed to go into these factories. So I think the big one I need will be an oil factory of some kind, which, as I talked about in last episode as well, I'm considering putting here more in the middle area, kind of where I'm circling. I think in my original designs I was thinking we could put it over here, but if I do choose to have any pipe go from the oil factory instead of having it brought in via barrels, I guess in the cars is an option, or via train, then having it here in the middle would be far more convenient so that the pipes don't have to go nearly as far, and I could therefore hopefully keep up with the pipe throughput, but we'll see. There's only one way to know, and that's actually designing it and building it. But with that said, it's hard to lay down any future factories without knowing kind of where the perimeter is. So I'm thinking we'll want to maybe lay down some pathway going like from the apex of this circle and the junction of this path here going to the other circle over here. And then in the middle, we could lay down my cool Poober's Factory or Poober's Map banner that you guys might remember from the 0.16 series, which I'm very happy to finally have installed. We'll get to that eventually. I also have to consider where I'm going to be putting a personal train. I was hoping to have it also conveniently centrally located, so it would have to go in somewhere around this area over here. And in addition to that, I'm also thinking that since we'll have open space in this area, we could also potentially put down an artillery train wagon loading area, because it's going to have a lot of surface area in which to load the artillery shells into the wagons. So those are all kind of on the tentative to-do list. In addition to that, once we have kind of those main things installed, we'll have to rip up this very primitive, definitely not endgame rail system and move it somewhere and start initiating like an actual legit long-term rail network. So I still have tons to do. So I'm so glad you guys are sticking around for this and all of the little projects and the big ones, of course. So in terms of priorities, I guess we're doing okay with power now. Maybe it's just a simple thing where since I kind of made sure I had enough coal going into the steam engine setup off camera, maybe I can just go ahead and fix the traffic jams without having to prioritize a new nuclear reactor facility right off the bat. So let me start with that, I suppose. Oh, and I only want to request 200 of those from now on. There we go. Oh, this is probably like the 100th time that I've had to fix the cars on these belts. So that's, man, I'll be so happy when this is done for that fact alone, is that I won't have to do a lot of these tedious projects like fixing car traffic jams and stuff like that a million times over and over. But I kind of was asking for it. It's not like I didn't know what I was getting into when I decided to do this project. It's just getting a bit tedious at this point. Okay, so it looks like this line of cars will fix itself. We've got another set of cars over here that are stuck. There we go. And that's why you'll notice I have lots of these like random, I know, ugly belts kind of like throughout the circles. And that's theoretically to help realign the cars even in case I do have a traffic jam. Of course, I don't have it installed with those little extra lines of belt everywhere, which is why I still do get them. But eventually that might be even another thing that I do as just like a safety feature for the base. There we go. So there's that solved, hopefully. I still haven't gotten an automatic way of delivering the nuclear fuel cells into the boxes over there. I don't have any like slot holder in the cars. So I've been delivering the fuel cells by hand into the network whenever I hear the alarm go off, which it does go off fairly consistently if I'm playing long enough, in particular off camera, just doing like miscellaneous chores around the base and stuff like that. Some of the cars are lacking their filter that goes in them, but I'm just kind of letting it be. I haven't decided it's worth enough to fix it at this point because I'm realizing the base is kind of breaking down before it will really start working again. I've got all of my science done that I possibly could do up until the fact that I need space science now for everything moving forward with research. So at this point, this factory is more or less just like a supply, make everything type of factory in addition to a module factory. So as long as the modules are working, that's what matters to me. And you'll see here I'm completely out of speed 3 modules, which sucks because my production of red circuits are really what's keeping this production down. Hence, even more reason to get an oil factory superior to what I'm already using up and running. But I digress. I'm getting off track here like usual, trying to update you guys on what's happened. Is power doing... Oh, I'm at like max production. Maybe I do have to prioritize that nuclear build right off the bat. It certainly wouldn't hurt anything. Okay, so let's see. Where did that... I think I saved it. Yes. So in my test world, I was playing with how to configure the nuclear reactor facilities so that I could fit potentially 2 per quadrant. And this is what I came up with. And I actually really like it. It kind of looks flared out, kind of like a butterfly or something like that. Pretty aesthetically pleasing and creative looking. So oh, crap, we'll have to hook in water, but I've also been using the water fill mod, and you'll see over here I have some around here. I have an assembler that actually makes water. Oh, there it is. So with this mod, you basically pipe in water into an assembler and it makes water for you. So that's what I have here. To me, that's like a small quality of life feature that really doesn't impact too much the vanilla quality of the game, which I tend to prefer. But it just makes it far more convenient than piping in stuff and worrying about trains delivering water. So I'm sorry if that disappoints some of you who are pure vanilla people. I'm very, very close to being a pure vanilla player myself. Another mod I've been using just within the last episode, ooh, and there's plastic and stuff going on here, is a zoom mod. I can't remember the exact name, but essentially this allows me to zoom in or out so I can see a little bit better what is going on and just how I like the layout of certain things that map view doesn't give me as good of a view of. All right, it looks like the bots are making, wow, really decent headway on this nuclear build though. So even if I have to deliver the fuel cells by hand to these, it will certainly be better than running out of power altogether. So do they have entire bot coverage? Pretty much, except this little like crack right there and here. So we'll add in an extra robo bay. Why not? We'll do it right there. We'll add power there, and then a tiny little piece missing over here, which we'll supplement with another robo bay right there. Perfect. So now the bots have full coverage of that thing. Another thing you guys might notice is that as I was building my science factories over here, I ended up getting rid of all of the cars that were circulating around it. The reason for that is because eventually it'll get to the point where I think I have to, I'm thinking destroy all of the cars and then kind of start from scratch with laying down a completely new filter system within the cars and new rotation for the cars to travel between. So I think that will be easier than having to like manually sort through every car and redo everything and take out everything. So I'm just kind of trying to demolish the cars when I can, which essentially turns off the factory, but that's okay. So, wow, that's already done. Okay, so the next thing I need is water. Do I have enough? Let's request a little bit. That's way too much. Let's request 50, although I think even that's too much. We'll request 50 water. How come this doesn't have power? I don't know. Okay. But anyway, so water comes through here. So I will need pumps. I wonder if I can fit it all in this little space without... Ooh. What is going on here? I feel like that would, with the piping right there, would throw a car off track if it bounced off of that. What is going on there? I don't know. It doesn't look like I needed those pipes after all. Okay, so water. If we do something like that and then we'll get some offshore pumps, it's just sometimes easier to build by hand. Hey, we're getting some water now. I need to put one in the middle. I've been using 3 pumps per side. I know technically I only need 5 pumps per reactor build, but like I said a couple episodes ago, it's just easier to distribute it this way. Okay, I guess we'll do this, and then we'll put another little bit of water. Oh, crap. How am I going to do this? All right, crap. Now I need landfill. Let's get rid of this. Let's request 100 landfill. because unfortunately you can't undo water once it's been placed. Okay, what else can we do while I'm waiting for the landfill? Oh, we need to install the water up here as well. What's going on here? Something's a little funny with this. Okay. Water. I guess I don't need those pipes, do I? Could I technically have... Whoops. Have a pump go straight into it? I think I could. Oh, maybe I need a little bit more water. Please work. There and there. Hey, that worked. Okay, these guys now have water. That's taken care of. And then maybe what I'll do, can I fit a pump up here? Oh, that won't work. Shoot. And I can't just undo it. Unfortunately, where's my land? Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll do that back up. Do that back up. Did it kill my pipe? Or my heat pipe or whatever? Interesting. Okay. Well, let's see. I need something like that there. Sure, we'll put it like that. And then how am I gonna get more water, like a 5th pipe in here? I guess I don't technically need this pipe there since it connects here with the steam. Ooh. And I can't mix my fluid or my steam. I just want to put one right there. What can I do? I can maybe fit more water right here, although would that be cutting it too close? It might be. At this point, I'm just trying anything. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I will see if I can pipe this pipe all the way over here. Or who knows, maybe I can test it with only... Let's do this. Let's test it with only the pipes that I have. If we need more, I'll figure it out then. Alright, so we've got the 2 there. We've got the 2 up here. This thing needs power. We'll put in a thingy. Ugh, it barely won't reach. We'll put that there. And that there. Oh crap, you know. What I'm forgetting is I was planning on having little lights bilaterally along the pathways here. So at these nuclear facilities, it won't fit. I'm not leaving myself enough room in this area for my power poles and lights and stuff. So I guess that's a sacrifice I'll have to make, or else I would have to rip this up and just use this temporarily. Oh man. Why can't everything just be slightly bigger? Dang it. Okay, well, the first nuclear reactor facility up there at the top left is only missing the nuclear fuel cells at this point. So I'm going to walk over here. We'll grab the nuclear fuel cells from the Kovarex enrichment area. Ooh, That's another thing I have to do. I have to add another copper train into the mix because this copper station up here only has 11K. This takes like an hour to fill up. Why is it injured though? Interesting. There shouldn't be anything injuring it. I do have this copper station up here, but even this one is kind of not producing much. It would produce better if I had a higher mining productivity than I do, but I don't. Okay, Kovarex and enrichment area, fuel cell production. We'll grab all of those. We'll grab those. We'll just deliver them by hand to the one now to the top left. And I think I'll worry about hooking up the other one off camera. But I think with the addition of the second nuclear build, it should help offset any of my current power problems, as well as hopefully mitigate against any future energy problems that might occur from just building that would take place in this episode. Oh, I need some bots, actually. Oh, I have some on me. Okay. I think, how many do I have in this network? Is it just 2? It is just 2. 2 is all I need. What is... Oh, and I apparently need some boxes as well. Okay, whoops. We'll add in some boxes. I don't know why they didn't come standard with this build here. Oh, and then we'll have to get rid of this so that it has its own little bot network. And then we can get rid of this one. And I wish the bots would put that down for me, but they are being lazy. And then, crap, I wish I could, like, remote copy and paste a condition from the boxes here. I can't. So I think it looks like I've been requesting... Oh, yeah, I've most definitely been requesting 5 at a time per box, so that's easy enough. Oh, I need to get rid of this Robo Bay, and that way this is now its own private network. Okay, cool. So now we can put in just 2 bots. Whoops. 2, or maybe we'll do 4, since we will eventually have the other one working as well. Whoops. I went way over. There we go. All right, so we're putting in 4. Again, if you guys remember from the episode where I did the turning on of this thingy, we just have to prime the 1. And I think the one we prime is, I guess it technically doesn't matter, but we'll do this one. We'll just give it a single thing. Oh, I guess that's not the slot you put it in. Right there. So again, to reiterate how this works, once this nuclear fuel cell is completely eaten up and it spits out an empty fuel cell, because all of these inserters are hooked up and it's reading the network with this arithmetic combinator here, it will spit out from the box once I actually get it into the system, which we'll do with a storage chest here, into the additional nuclear reactor facilities in addition to this one here. So basically, they are all synced up after the initial priming. Oh, whoops. I don't want this thing to be happening. I'll fix that in a minute. I should hook in a speaker system like I have here. That way I can come over and rescue it when it is time. Let's put it right there. And for the heck of it, I'm going to make the programmable speaker in my pocket. Oh, there you go. You can see it's working because there's nothing in there, so putting it in there turns it off. All right, so I'll take that back. We'll put, there's a filter in there. Awesome. We're going to do another storage storage chest here for the empty fuel cells, and then we're gonna run away so that the bots don't take my extra crap and put it in there. Okay, so that is that job done. We'll wait for the nuclear build to heat up. It won't be working quite yet, which is why you don't see any steam on here or anything like that yet, but that will eventually be working. So that's one job done. And due to the length of the footage, this is where we're going to be ending part 1 of episode 39. So don't forget, we'll be back with part 2 tomorrow. I hope to see you then.